What are the differences in applying for fully funded scholarships in Europe and America, or rather specific United States of America? We have been talking about finding different ways how to apply for opportunities, fully funded scholarships. And we talk about the location where you can be able to apply. And we say go to apply Australia, Canada, Europe, United States, blah, 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 blah. But what is the major difference? And I'm going to provide these differences so that I can be able to ease in the process for you, so that you can be able to know what to prepare, how much resources you need to have when you go ahead to apply for these opportunities. There are major distinctions, but there are bigger similarities, obviously, when you apply. Because wherever you apply to any scholarships, there are key issues you have to address or you must have when you apply to any scholarships. But there are major differences between Europe and the United States. So these are some of those differences. Number one, the cost of applying these fully funded programs. In Europe, 99.9%, there is no application fee. In major scholarships you will come across, in universities you are going to apply in Europe, I don't say all, but 9 out of 10, if not 10 over 10, don't require application fees when you are going to apply. But if you apply to the United States, 100%, all universities will require admission fee. There are few, like I talked one time about Berea College, they waived some, they can waive whatever here and there. But you are expected to pay application fee, and it can vary from $35 to $100. Each university or each department has their own standards or amount, what they are going to request from you to have. That's one of the major distinctions. So when you want to apply, you say, I'm going to apply 20 universities. If you apply in America, you know how much money you need to have when it comes to the resources to pay for the tuition application fee. In Europe, there is no such a fee. So you can apply even 50 universities for free. Number two, in the United States, you have to take 2 major examinations for international students. You have to take the normal English proficiency test of English as a foreign language 12, or you have to take the International English Language Testing System, IELTS, which is a British version, and TOEFL is the American version. You have to take one of these exams. And then in addition to that, depending on the program you want to do, you have to take either GRE, which is a graduate record examination for non-management programs, GMAT, graduate management admission test for management programs. You have to take the LSAT for law, MCAT for medical, and so forth. That is another type of cost you need to incur. Where the TOEFL, that exam is about $215. If you decide to take the British version, IELTS is about $300. GRE is about $220 US. So that is another cost. And each university you are going to apply in America, apart from paying application fee and taking the GRE and TOEFL test, they only accept the results from the testing officials, which is Education Testing Services, ETS. And for them to send each copy, you have to pay $17 for one copy of TOEFL, $27 for GRE. That's another cost. But in Europe, there is only one exam, English proficiency test. You either take the TOEFL exam or you take the IELTS exam. And you don't need to request the testing officials to send each copy and you pay them, they will take the copy from you. So you are going to save the amount of the cost for each exam you are going to take, but the cost to send each copy to the particular university. So that is another major difference. It will help you with the timeline to prepare. It will help you with the cost, actual money you are going to spend. The other major difference between Europe and the United States, this will be applicable only for the doctorate, PhD. Those who are applying for doctorate in the Europe, usually Europe, you study PhD or doctorate through what you call by thesis. 99% people study by thesis. That means from day one, it's you and your supervisor. You don't go to the normal classes, get the normal instructions like a bachelor's degree or master's by coursework. So when you apply for those universities, you need to have a PhD proposal. When you apply for a supervisor. You have a proposal. You have your recommendation letters. You are going to the university which has scholarship. You apply, but you need to have a supervisor first. But in the United States, all PhDs are done by coursework and dissertation. So you go at least 2 to 3 years in classroom instructions, and then you're going to do the dissertation part. So for that particular case, PhD in the US takes longer, but the application process, most of them, very few, most of them you apply direct to the university. Very few, the professor can have a special research and say, I want someone, so you can apply to that particular professor. But majority you apply direct to the university is a normal processing, and once you get admission in that particular way. That is another difference. Another difference is, in Europe are very, very strict with the grades. That if you don't have this amount of grades, you might be eliminated right away. But the United States, despite following being strict about the GPA, but they usually look further. They give you the benefit of doubt. Maybe you didn't get these good grades, but you have this type of experience, which is much better. We need it from here. So for instance, I have first class, and I apply to study masters in maybe human rights and democratization, whatever it is. And then there is another person with a pass, but that person has been a member of parliament of your country for 15 years, is applying for the same program. That member of parliament, because of that work experience, might be able to beat you because of that work experience, and they know the impact of that person might be higher than you if it's going to write well in the statement of purpose. I don't want to say that U.S. just ignore the GPA. No, there are so many other factors. Here we believe in other people than in some other countries. They might be strict only first of all the GPA. Yes, they look about your statement of purpose. Yes, they're going to look about that one. But here, you might just be not having certain requirements or meeting certain requirements, but a certain type of experience might be valued higher. That's why you can find someone like Alex Ferguson, because of his experience as a famous coach for Manchester United, was given classes to teach here in the United States at the prestigious Ivy League universities. So those are the things you need to consider sometimes when you look on these type of differences. So when you prepare, in the United States, another difference, the fourth difference, they are strict. They want the transcript to be sent by your university. They say we need official transcript. By official transcript in the United States, they mean the transcript must be with the actual stamp, not the photocopy. Then it must be in the sealed envelope of the university. That's what they mean. In Europe, when you do application, they okay to take the scanned documents, everything online, not to give, they don't need the actual official to mean that it must be in the sealed envelope. So there is that difference. There are some people in certain universities in Africa or in Asia, the university don't provide extra certificates or extra, to be exact, transcripts. So that make a problem for those people to get admission for the strict universities in the US, where they say we only give you once we see the official transcript. So with those kind of differences, I believe it will be able to give you the starting point to see the major differences and how you can go ahead to look into the timeline, to look into where should I apply. But I usually advise people, apply as many universities in Europe than in the United States. Why? Because Europe is free of charge. You can apply even 50 universities. But if you say you apply 20, 50 universities in America, you have to know how much money will that cost you to prepare those applications and to get them. So thank you so much. I appreciate for your continued support, but don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Again, this is EBM, Ernest Boniface Makulilo, talking to you from Belton, Missouri, United States of America.